Have you ever wondered why so many young Latino men shy away from higher education, even when they have the potential to succeed? Why does stepping into a classroom sometimes feel like stepping outside of what's considered normal or acceptable for us? I've asked myself this question my entire life. I'm the first man in my family, on both my mom's side and my dad's, to pursue a college degree. Everyone else stopped at a high school diploma, or even earlier. Watching my cousins and uncles follow paths that didn't include higher education made me wonder, what is that is holding us back? Is it fear, tradition, or something deeper in our culture? The answer, I believe, is machismo. This culture mindset, passed down through generations, shaped how young Latino men see themselves, their families, and most importantly, education. Today, I will explain what machismo is, how it affects emotional expression and mental health, and how it directly impacts the educational paths of Latino men. What is machismo? Machismo, a word derived from macho, literally means male, but culturally it carries a heavier weight. It represents a rigid, sometimes harsh standard of masculinity, being strong, being dominant, never showing vulnerability, and always taking responsibility. Are core exceptions. From childhood, Latino boys hear phrases like "Los hombres no lloran," men don't cry, be tough, don't show weakness, and a man's job is to work and provide. These are not empty words. They are lessons learned from fathers, uncles, grandfathers, and older cousins. Boys grow up watching these men work hard, stay silent, and sacrifice their own dreams for the sake of the family. And so, education often becomes extra, even unnecessary. For some families, college is quietly and sometimes openly seen as not masculine. Imagine growing up in that environment, constantly being told that intellectuality pursuits are secondary to physical labor, that curiosity and learning are optional. How do you convince a young boy that studying and expressing ideas is as valuable as strength and resilience? But machismo does not stop at education. It seeps into emotional life as well. Boys are socialized to suppress emotions, to hide doubt, fear, or anxiety. Showing vulnerability is viewed as weakness, but suppressing feelings does not make anyone stronger. In fact, it can be harmful. Research by Darbello at California State University found that young men who strongly adhere to machismo ideals are significantly more likely to experience stress, anxiety, and depression because they avoid seeking help. When a young man believes he must always be strong, he avoids asking for help, admitting he's struggling, or even talking about fears or challenges. This emotional pressure affects every aspect of life, including education. If you feel you cannot ask a question, you feel ashamed to admit you don't understand something. How can learning ever feel safe or possible? And the impact shows in hard numbers. According to the Pew Research Center, only 15% of Hispanic men aged 25 to 29 had completed a bachelor's degree in 2019, compared to 22% of Hispanic women. Studies in the Journal of Hispanic Higher Education show that men who strongly identify with machismo ideals report lower motivation, lower academic confidence, and less belief they can succeed in school. Many chose work over school because they feel pressure to provide, fear disappointing their families, or believe that strength comes from physical labor instead of intellectual growth. Can you imagine what that means for a culture? Potential lost, talent ignored, dreams deferred. Yet, despite these pressures, change is possible. I am a part of a generation that is slowly rewriting what it means to be a Latino man, a generation that values expression, mental health, and education. When I sit in my classes, I see other Latino men breaking these norms, challenging old expectations, daring to pursue their passions, and embracing education as a source of strength rather than weakness. And I feel blessed to be able to study, to ask questions, to grow, to dream beyond limitations I did not create but inherited. By pursuing education, we are not rejecting our culture, we are expanding it. We are showing younger Latino boys that masculinity and learning can coexist, that being a man is not about silence, it is about courage, growth, and contribution. And in doing so, we create a future where young Latino men can follow their passions, embrace their full potential, and inspire their communities. We are the generation that says, it's okay to feel, it's okay to dream, it's okay to fail, and it is absolutely necessary to learn. So today I ask you to consider this. What happens when we break free from these old norms? When we redefine what it means to be strong, when we open doors not only for ourselves, but for generations to come. The pursuit of knowledge is not just an individual journey, it's a beacon for the community. And as we embrace education, expression, and self-worth, we pave the way for a brighter future. One where culture and opportunity no longer conflict, but reinforce each other. It's time to challenge outdated ideals. It is time to redefine masculinity. It is time to empower young Latino men to reach higher, dream bigger, and step boldly into their potential.